A very warm greetings to everyone. Uh, this is a very short video which I thought I'll make. This is not part of the Neo Wave series that I'm doing. Uh, in fact, I was watching a video by Saket Ramakrishna where he talked about a profitable option buying strategy in Nifty. And while listening to it, I thought, what if I turn it around and create a strategy of selling and let me backtest it and see how does it perform. So without wasting any time, let me get very quickly to the setup. And here's the setup. I'm using algo test as a tool for backtesting. No recommendation. There are many good tools available. This is also a very nice tool. Of course, there are certain limitations, which is not the topic of this particular video. So here's the setup. This is an intraday strategy on Nifty, and this is a short strangle strategy. What you do is this strategy starts at 9:20 a.m., which is 5 minutes after the market opens, and the exit time, I've kept it at 3:15. You can obviously change this timing and test it yourself. And as I mentioned, all I have done is pretty much opposite of what Saket had mentioned in his video in option buying. So what I'm doing is I'm selling a call with the closest premium of 50 rupees. Okay. And then I also sell a put which has a closest premium of 50 rupees. All I have done is I have created something called a range breakout. The entry is taken only if the range is broken on the downside because we are selling an option. So let me explain. We are taking the entry time as 9:20. So this particular strategy will start listening and find an option which is trading both a put option and a call option, which is trading closer to 50 rupees premium. Between 9:20 to 9:45, it is going to monitor the premium of both the put and the call option. And it is going to take entry only when the lower range is broken. By that, what I mean is that between 9:20 to 9:45, that particular strike, the option at that particular strike would have formed a range, a high and a low. We will enter either the put or the call or both only if the low of that range is broken. Okay, so that is what is the strategy. And we take a target profit of 20 points and a stop loss of 10 points. In addition, we have put a trail SL 1 point and 1 point, which means if the trade goes in our favor, every 1 point, we move up the stop loss by 1 point. So for example, if we have sold the option at 55 rupees, and now that option premium at 50 rupees, which means as an option seller, we have made a 5 rupees profit. In that case, our stop loss will move from 10 rupees to 5 rupees. Okay. So that's all we are doing. Now, if this strategy I test for the last one, let's see how it performs. Okay. I will just try to test it for every year. So if I test it in calendar year 2023, let's say we start it on 2nd of January and we run it till yesterday, which was 25th of November. So if we run the strategy from 1st of January, or rather 2nd of January till 25th of September 2023, let me just change it to 2023, my mistake. Give me a second. November 24th, rather. Yep. So 2023 till date, let's see how this strategy performs. We are running the backtest. Now we have the result. Let me show you the result. Our overall profit is 34,522 rupees. Even if we consider, say, about 1,10,000 rupees as the margin that we need, it's a neat about 30% of the profit. Of course, we can take some charges and it will be more profitable if you are either working with a broker with no brokerage or you are trading in higher lot sizes. Otherwise, the brokerage cost will also add up, excluding all the charges. So whatever I'm showing is excluding all the charges. The profit is 34,522. Max drawdown is 5,325. return over max drawdown, which is the ROMAD ratio, 7.26, which is pretty good. And the win percentage is 51.58, loss is 48.42. This is all the statistics. You can test it in any backtesting platform. Now, if we look at this is the 2023 picture. Let's try to see what happened in 2022. I will just change it to 2022. That is the backtest period. I'm selecting January. The first trading day was 3rd of January 2022. And in 2022, we end in December 30th. We end. Let's see what happened in 2022. So we are running the backtest right now. If we look at 2022, we made a profit of 38,000. We had a drawdown of much lesser here, just about 2,952, with a very respectable ROMAD ratio of 13.07. The win percentage was more or less the same, 54.07%. Loss was 45.93%. Again, if you're trading with about 1 lakh margin, you make about 38% in a year. I have tested for the previous years also. The results are pretty decent. So definitely a strategy which you can try. Now let me see, since we are testing on Nifty, let's see that if it performs differently on different days. Let's look at 1 day before the expiry. So if we look at on Wednesday, if we do the strategy on Wednesday, in 2022, the performance wasn't that great. It did only 1,212. If we run it on the expiry day, which is Thursday, then we made almost half the profit, which is 15,000 rupees in 2022. Again, don't do a curve fitting. If you're running this, you may as well run the strategy on every day because there are periods of low volatility, and then there are theta gain which you are looking at. Of course, I can advise many other things, which I will do it in my other videos. But this is some strategy. I'm not saying giving you any trading advice whether you should run this strategy or not, but try and see the outcome. You can also try to run it without any range breakout. So let me, for a moment, just remove the range breakout concept. And let's say we just keep a target profit of 20 points, stop loss of 10 points, trail SL 11, and sell 50 rupees or the closest premium to 50 rupees strangle. Now, if we just do that, let's see how's the result without the range breakout. Now, this certainly shows an improvement, a significant improvement. In 2022, we will have to test in various years. In 2022, it returned as much as 49,000 rupees as opposed to 38,000 rupees when we were looking at the range breakouts. This is an excellent result, almost 45, 46% return. Let's see how the same thing would have performed in this year, because this year the premiums have been less and all the option sellers are in wondering whether they should be doing this option selling or not. I'm just changing the time frame to 2023. Let's just do it YTD 2023 and run this test. And only difference between the first setup and this setup is that here we are running without any range breakout. Now, in this case, there is a slight dip in the performance, but we are still making 28,000 rupees profit this year in almost 11 months. So almost 2% per month you are making. The win percentage comes down this year. In this particular case, it is 46.15% and loss goes up. Loss percentage goes up to 53.85. However, the drawdown is still fairly respectable, 2,310. Return over max DD, which is ROMAD ratios, 13.59. Again, very, very excellent ratio. So this is just something which got triggered in my mind while I was watching a video from Saket. I'm going to put this link in as a response to his video as well. He showed the option buying setup. I'm showing the options selling setup without making too many changes. Once again, disclaimer, it is not any trading recommendation. I'm not asking you to run this algo. All I'm saying is that this is one way you can test various setups. And some of these things that we are talking here, is just not possible to run manually. For example, you can't keep on increasing the trail SL by 1 point if you're trading manually. Our psychology comes into picture. So all those things are there. I am a firm believer of human intelligence coupled with computer discipline, and that is the best way to trade. And with that thought, I will close the video. All of you have a great night. Thank you so much.